Hello and welcome, this is Mousegunner, and we're back with some more of the Flashpoint DLC for BattleTech, picking up right where we left off in the last video, in the middle of what is potentially the last mission in this Flashpoint. There may be another one, but I suspect this one might be the last one. So they have all moved.
Yeah?
So if I come in here, is there any of them that are in range of my medium lasers? Yes, the Orion. No, anyone else. I was kind of hoping to ignore the Orion a little bit longer, but it may come down to where we're just going to have to open up on these guys. Trying to see what my chances to hit are. Okay. So I'm going to put out what damage we can.
Heading out.
So this is definitely a multi-target situation. Let's say you're A. Oh, you know what? I can't really see the situation. Hold on. We should probably go A, B, C, I think. Burn down some evasion, perhaps. Okay, let's do that. So, multi-target, you're A, you're B, you're C. So, C is going to get the LRM-5, just to burn down some evasion. Everything else is going to be B and A. So A is getting the longer range firepower, B is getting our medium lasers, and C is just getting one of our LRM-5s. All right, let's go ahead and fire.
Engaging multiple enemies.
And mostly I put that damage on the Hunchback because he has no damage reduction and didn't have a lot of evasion, so be easy to hit. Okay, good hits. So that Orion will pay attention to me now. Okay. Well, the one Orion is still ignoring me. This one here, because we haven't actually attacked it. At least I don't think so. Okay, so one more left.
Yes, Commander.
And we can get in there really close if we want to. Or I could attack and move away. Maybe move in a way that we could maybe get a flank in the future. Although, I'm not 100% on this, whether or not that would be something we could do. Okay, so if we were to attack anyone, who would it be? Probably the quick draw that's close to me. Doesn't have a ton of evasion, and it'll be the easiest one to go after. Yeah, and that's not going to really make anything more accurate. Although we could get the small laser in there. You know, that's not a bad call because these guys are all heavy and we could probably move out next turn before they get a chance to really react. So, you know what? I'm not too unhappy with this particular attack. I'm not going to hit the Orion though. I'm going to go after entirely the quick draw, I think. We can't hit the other one, so it doesn't really matter there. But this is going to take full damage. It's not going to take the stability damage, but that I don't think matters to me as much. Unless, of course, we want the higher accuracy there. Nah, I still think this is the right call. So, fire away.
Firing all weapons.
Okay, good. I'll take that.
That hit something good.
Mess him up. Mess him up good.
Okay, Hunchback's gonna get a chance to go here, and I suspect it will go after the Shadowhawk. That's a lot of hits. Now, this guy will run hot if he continuously fires all those lasers. Yeah, there he goes. He's starting to run hot. Okay. So, Revere and the Griffin. Honestly, do we hit it from the rear? Because then we're going to have to go through the armor if we hit it in the rear. Although we'll do full damage. So you know what? That's a good call, I think. We could punch to give ourselves a little bit of cooldown. But honestly, we do a lot more damage if we don't punch. So... it kind of slows us down a bit, but...
I'm going.
I think it's a good call. I mean, we're getting a lot of damage input into the rear section here. There it goes. So that's one of our optional missions taken care of. I guess optional objectives. Okay, now between...
Yes, Commander.
We should probably have him go last, unless, of course, we use the... Yeah. Scarecrow, I think it makes sense to go right now. The problem is the amount of heat it's going to build up. Maybe have it back off into the woods will be an alright spot, perhaps. At least I'll be possibly out of punching range. Alright, we'll go with that. So we're going to hit the quick draw again here. We didn't really hit it too much in the center torso, but we have a decent chance of taking out its other torso section. I could use Vanguard, but I honestly think I should waste it. I shouldn't waste it here. I should use it on Toxic if I can. So let's go ahead and unload again here.
Firing.
I mean, that's not going to feel good. Okay. So here or here? Well, let's see what that arc looks like. Okay. Or this. That looks a little better. Let's go with that.
On my way.
We're not going to have a lot of damage reduction here or really evasion, but we got damage off, and it's quite possible we'll be able to finish the quick draw here. As a matter of fact, we probably should go for that. So I'm going to move in here, and we're just going to hit that quick draw as hard as we can. We will use Vanguard to give me some protection,
On my way.
because more than likely they will go after the quick draw if I don't do that. So let's use that vigilance. And I'm just going to hit this guy pretty damn hard. I could use Precision Strike to give myself more accuracy, but I don't know if I want to use that just yet.
Targeting for an alpha strike.
There we go. Got the kill. So now there's only 3 left.
Mech destroyed.
And we have 5 rounds to deal with them. Okay. Ryan's going to back off, it seems. Ouch. That did quite a bit of damage, despite our damage reduction.
Guys. I'm here.
Okay, the Thunderbolt could move up. If we hit anybody, we should probably hit the Hunchback. I think we ignore the quick draw, because it's probably going to ignore us. And then if we use Vigilance, that'll give us an advantage over the Orion. At least I think so. And we'd have 60% damage reduction, which is pretty damn good. And I don't think any of these mechs could get in behind me. Maybe the quick draw, but we'll see. If it just tries to move past me, we may be able to... we should probably put a little bit of damage its way, just to... Yeah, you know what? That's probably right.
Confirmed.
We don't want it to ignore us one more time, because it's probably going to get vision this turn, and we want to get this optional objective to not have any of the buildings die. So, in this case, I will use Vigilance. And then we're going to multi-target here. So you're going to be A, you're going to be B, and B is just going to be a single LRM-5 just to get its attention. That's the only reason we're firing that. Everything else is going at the Hunchback to do as much damage as we can.
Copy that.
Okay, let's see what happens here. Quick Draw is the last one to go. And it should stop paying attention to the buildings as much. And it's going to go after the Shadowhawk. Guess I'm not too surprised with that. Ouch. Okay.
Now that was a heavy hit.
Mess him up. Mess him up good.
Fortunately, we're running really hot here, so what I'm going to be able to do this turn with the Shadowhawk is somewhat questionable. Revere is way out of the way, so we should probably sprint back into contact here. And this will give us an opportunity to cool off anyway, so yeah, we'll just sprint into the woods.
Confirmed.
Okay. I expect the Hunchback to hit the Shadowhawk again. The question is, how many lasers are they going to fire here? Oh, no, you're going after the Kintaro. Okay. Well, thank you. It actually helps me quite a bit. Okay. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and reserve again.
Waiting for the
All
shot.
right. So the question is, can I break line of sight? And the answer is, I don't think I can. If I fire just a little tiny bit of damage and then jump jet away, I'd probably be fine. So I think that's what we're going to go for. So in this case, how are we doing for the quick draw? Okay, the quick draw hasn't taken a lot of damage. So I think we hit the hunchback here. I just have to keep in mind that I have to give myself quite a bit of room for the jump jet. So I may just fire a single SRM-6, I think is what we're going to fire, just so we can get away. But at least we're firing something, right? Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. I'm hoping it's not going to be too much heat. We don't have to jump that far. You just have to jump over this ridge. That should break line of sight right there. So we'll do that. And there's no way in hell the Orion's getting into a spot to see me, so we'll be fine. Okay, now it's up to Toxic and Truck. Well, the Thunderbolt is as defensive as it could possibly be right now. As is the Contraro. So we probably want to absorb what damage we can at the moment. Well, that's not technically true. I could move in here and give myself vigilance, and then I would have even more damage reduction. Right now we only have 40%. I would have 60% if I made this move. So that's what we're gonna do.
On my
I'm
way.
not too sure what I'm going to attack here. I just use the vigilance here. Again, the quick draw really hasn't taken a lot of damage. We probably just want to keep hitting the hunchback and get it out of the way. We're still alright on heat, so I don't feel the need to
Firing full
use the
complement on
cooling ability here. Well, that sure hurt.
That's a critical hit.
And knocked him unsteady, which is good. So at this point we reserve.
Reserving action.
Okay. The Orion is going to be difficult to deal with, but it is a hot running mech, so it will struggle against us. As you can see, it's already overheating pretty badly. Okay, so the Thunderbolt. What is it going to do?
Standing by.
I'm not going to attack the quick draw. I'm going to attack... Honestly, should we just go entirely after the hunchback here? And not move at all? Yeah, I think that's the right call. We may be able to finish it here, although we're hitting from the opposite direction. But we'll at least be able to knock it down, I'd think. Which would do us some good. Yeah, let's go for that. Yeah, we're not going to get any more damage reduction. I mean, we would have the unsteady bonus, but yeah, let's just...
Okay, I'm on it.
Okay, got the other arm off. So that's going to be some of the firepower of this mech. And we have knocked it down. So we may be able to do a follow-up attack with a Revere before it gets a chance to go and take out a lot of its firepower. Okay, here comes the quick draw. One after the Thunderbolt. Alright. We're doing alright so far.
Hit 'em hard.
Thankfully, all of our enemy are running hot, so this is
Standing
quite
by.
possible to pull off. I think we just move in here and then we hit the hunchback. With everything we've got, because we were going to try and kill it. I would like to take out its one torso section if I can, though. So, That's what we're going to aim for. We're going to aim for the right torso, because that's where all those medium lasers are.
And here it comes.
Okay, there it goes. We also got the left torso.
Oh, I like that shot.
Unfortunately, not killing the pilot. Okay. Toxic also can go if we want to. What would we do with that? I mean, we could hit the quick draw while it's out in the open. Not necessarily a bad move.
Waiting for orders.
If we move too far forward, though, what will happen is his hunchback will punch me. It might still be in range to do that. We could always use multi-target, though, to just take it out, right? Where is it at? It's got 38 health. Technically, a single SRM may be enough for that, because we do, what, 60 damage with one of our SRMs?
Ready for orders.
Although a precision strike here might be a better move. You know what? Let's just reserve and allow the hunchback to do what it's going to do. If it gets up and punches me, it gets up and punches me. There it goes. Darn it. Thankfully, it had the Griffin had not taken any damage at that point. Still 80 damage, which I would have preferred not to take, because we could have easily avoided it. Alright. Let's get this show on the road, then. We're going to hit the quick draw as hard as we can.
Coordinates received.
That hunchback outside of being able to punch me is not really a threat, and we should have the maneuverability to take care of that. So we're going to use Cool Invent right now. Then we're going to use Precision Strike. We're still going to overheat. Are you kidding me? Alright, we're going to not use all of our SRMs, I guess. We're going to go after the right torso here. Kind of a waste of a Precision Strike, but alright. Okay, now for Scarecrow.
Waiting for orders.
He's going to move forward. We're going to try and finish the Hunchback, which, if I remember correctly, didn't have a lot of health. So we'll probably dump our 2 lasers into that guy. Not sure what we have room for as far as our heat goes, but we'll try everything here. Oh, that's right, we don't have multi-target. Alright, well, we'll go after this then instead. Okay, so hit this guy again. Full damage. Okay, there goes an arm, which should reduce the firepower to some extent. That Hunchback may be able to get another kickoff, unfortunately. Okay, that's the only fire it's going to do. Alright.
Aye, aye.
Are you in range with my small lasers? You're sure not. We go in and do the punch here. Have a very good chance of knocking them down. Or just move in, get rid of our cover bonus. And then just hit this guy pretty darn hard, and then we hit the Orion. Or maybe even better yet. So if I do this, I could hit the Hunchback with our LRMs. I mean, I don't know if we're going to get the kill with that, but it's a possibility. And then we just hit this guy with everything else. Now, whether or not we can deal with that much heat, I don't know. That's why I'm thinking about doing the punch instead. You know what? Let's do the punch instead. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to do this attack. This will allow me to cool off quite a lot. And we get still a decent amount of damage. 80 from the melee, and then another 60 from the lasers. So I think that's an alright attack.
Let's move.
As long as it lands, of course. And we are attacking from the already damaged angle here. Okay, right torso gone. This should also knock the guy down. Well, that won't necessarily do a whole lot. Because they'll just get right back up. Okay, what are you going to do with that? You're gonna punch me right back. All right. Ow. Now, that's not really a trade you'll win.
Damage minimal. Show me your war face.
Okay. Because they were the last ones to go, that opens me up. Be able to retaliate here.
Yes, Commander.
So... I want to finish off the Hunchback before it gets another chance to punch or kick or anything, so I'm just going to move to here, and we'll hit it with everything we've got just to make sure it's dead.
Position.
You know what, I lied. We'll turn off one SRM-6. This should be more than enough.
Engaging target. Target eliminated.
Okay.
Commander.
May have to take this longer range shot just to get the precision strike in. So the quick draw isn't able to do too much here. And we'll go right for the center torso. Maybe get the kill.
Confirmed.
Yeah, we got it.
Let's hit him hard.
And if we hit the Orion with a
That's a
precision
kill.
strike, then we'll be able to move our Thunderbolt into cover, perhaps. I actually don't want to move too far forward here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to move back. The reason I'm doing that
On the move.
is because I don't want to block my Thunderbolt's movement. Because the Thunderbolt may be able to get in cover here, and if I got in the way, then that would be a problem.
Commander.
Okay, we're just going to move slightly over. Because I still want to stay in cover. Of course, we could move here, but I'm a little concerned that the Orion would punch me if I did that. I mean, it still may be in range to punch me, but oh well. So we're going to move over here. And then we're going to just use a precision strike to knock him down a bit. And initiative. Again, we can't get off all of our SRMs, unfortunately. We'll go after the right torso here. But I think we've got this one in the bag. We just got to finish it out strong. So truck
I'm here.
is going to move on over. Oh, yeah, we could have probably moved the... Oh, you know what? We do a heck of a lot more damage if I come forward. You know, I kind of feel like I have to go with that because we can do maximum damage there. And we did cool ourselves off for a reason, so... Alright.
On my way.
Thunderbolt may just come in and punch me, which will not feel good, but...
Targeting for an alpha strike.
The LRMs are not that bad, accuracy-wise, even at that short range.
Got past the armor.
Okay, not bad damage. Ryan's gonna back off. And miss the AC-10, which is actually very good for us.
My armor's melting off.
Because the Orion went down
Show
in
me your
that
war face.
dip, we may not be able to attack him with any of my
receiving
characters here. Oh, I say that, and it looks like we can get Revere in there. So I'll go ahead and have Revere do the first
way.
attack. I don't see a reason why not. And we'll go ahead and use a precision strike, just get a little bit more accuracy, and we'll go after the right torso, because we might be able to chop that off. There it goes.
Target's taking a critical hit.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Scarecrow more than likely is not going to be able to get into anywhere where they can attack. But honestly, I'm alright with that. I'm just going to go ahead and move up here,
Copy
close the
that.
distance a bit, and just give myself some time to cool off, because we're running really hot.
Good to go.
Not sure I want to do anything just yet with this guy. Let's just reserve one round. We'll let the Thunderbolt do its thing,
Standing by.
which is move close in and do another one of those full-on attacks. We may have to back off how many weapons we fire here, but we'll still be able to do quite a bit of damage here.
Copy that.
So the LRMs are the first ones to go. Looks like we have to back off a little bit more. Medium laser? Small laser? Yeah, medium laser. Alright, let's go with that. You know what, actually, this one has less abilities. What is that ability anyway? +3 accuracy. Yeah, we want the more crit range and accuracy, so we'll go with that.
I'm taking the shot.
Okay, very good. Oh, it's dead.
Mech destroyed.
All targets are eliminated. Sit tight, and I can collect you from where you are at right now. Not bad, Commander. Not bad at all. I'll tell you what. You can go ahead and keep that rusted heap of junk. I won't try to stop you. Just let me have my warehouse back. Makes me wonder what else he's gotten hidden away in there. It doesn't matter, Meyer. We need to take our haul and go. Sparrow, you've got yourself a deal. And if anyone asks you what happened here, you'll tell them that Sub-Commander Boris so-and-so attacked his own mercenaries over a contract dispute. Done and done. I'll even find some credible witnesses to collaborate your story. Pleasure doing business with you.
Mission successful.
Okay, we get our bonuses. That one actually went out pretty well. We lose a little bit of reputation with the Capellans, but hey, they hated us anyway, so let's see what we got out of that. We did take some damage on our Kentaro. Unfortunately, we got rear attacked one time, which did get through the armor. Okay, what do we want to grab here? Well, we can get an Orion out of this, so we'll grab that. Also have the potential of getting some quick draws, but let's first take a look at what weapons are here. Okay. I guess we will grab the quick draw then. What else we've got? This is, I think, the default quick draw, and this is like the different one where, yeah, you remove the LRM-10. So it's much more focused on energy weapons, whereas this one has a little bit more missile slots. I tend to really like missiles, as you've seen throughout the course of this. Not really sure what else to grab here. I guess I'll just grab the other quick draw, so we can maybe get the alternate variant at some point. All right, let's confirm. So that's 2 mechs already. And we get an LRM-15, some medium lasers. We did end up getting that arm mod. I wasn't really... Oh. I missed that was even an option. Whoops. I should have looked a little harder, because that's something I probably would have wanted to look at. Hopefully we didn't miss out on any other systems. I guess you guys can yell at me later, but hey, we ended up getting it out of luck, so that's good.
That mech is ready to fight, Commander.
The Quickdraw 5A was designed to give the mech more endurance than the stock 4G. By removing the LRM-10, 2 additional medium lasers and 4 additional heat sinks could be mounted. Unfortunately, the 5A still runs too hot for most pilots.
That mech you asked for.
The Orion 5 trades some of the armor the K model is known for to mount additional weaponry. This increases its overall damage output, but many pilots consider the loss of armor to be risky. Criminal Minds 3. Commander Gunner, we need to talk. I brought you to the system to assist Sub-Commander so-and-so on a job. Instead, I find so-and-so dead at your feet, his unit destroyed. It was self-defense, ma'am. So-and-so turned his guns on us. That's right. We lawfully laid claim to derelict mech salvage that we discovered after completing our contract objectives. Sub-Commander so-and-so then attacked us in an attempt to hijack that salvage. I documented the entire encounter and will provide you with evidence to back up my claims. And I will scrutinize that evidence, Mr. Oliveira. If I find that you're attempting to mislead me, or our next meeting will be far less cordial. Lady Marina Liao's image flickers and dies as she severs her comm connection. Yikes. If she was any angrier, there'd be smoke pouring out of her ears. Sure, but Sub-Commander Boris, look at me, I'm a complete knob, so-and-so, got his ass kicked, and we're walking away with a Star League era battle mech. All in all, I think that we came out of this thing on top. Yes, we scored a beautiful mech, but you jumped the gun on opening that vault, Yang. Frankly, we're lucky that Lady Marina didn't order her own people to start shooting at us. Yeah, XO, I know. I guess that Sub-Commander Boris pissed me off beyond the point of reason. In the future, it'd probably be best if my direct involvement with difficult clients was kept to a minimum. I think that'd be wise. That's settled then. We've got a new battle mech to inventory and contracts to look over, so let's get back to work. Alright, let's see. So we did indeed end up getting another Orion, or am I misunderstanding? And then we got a Firestarter on top of that? Alright. And then the Griffin 4N. The Griffin 4N is an old Star League model that was among the most versatile mechs in its heyday. Its weapons generate a lot of heat, but the old double heat sinks were put in it to handle it. It's almost impossible to find those anymore, though. So the question is, did we actually get those double heat sinks? Because that's the more critical thing here. So we get an SRM-6 that's a little upgraded. We get a small laser that's upgraded. Not really in a great way, but that's all right. And it looks like we got a Panther on top of all that. So unfortunately, the Griffin 4N, unless it's already kitted out, which I'm not sure it is, it's going to be not as valuable as if it would have had those double heat sinks. So that was kind of what I was hoping for this whole time doing this mission. But hey, we get upgrade to reputation with the local pirate organization. I mean, they still probably hate my guts, but hey.
That mech you wanted is back online.
All right, so we already kind of read this.
That mech is ready to
We have
fight.
already had Panthers.
That mech you asked
The Orion K was the first true heavy mech. As a multi-role brawler, the Orion can engage enemies at a variety of ranges, and with plenty of armor, it can survive combined fire for quite some time. So yes, but powerful.
That mech you wanted.
The Firestarter is a danger mech. Blah, blah, blah. We've had a Firestarter. Alright, so the question is, did we get the double heat sinks? Because if we didn't get the double heat sinks, again, that was kind of, oh my, it's actually loaded out. Alright, that's very good. Now, the ERPPC is another Star League era weapon. It's very tricky to handle, though, because it produces an absolute ton of heat. It may be the most heat-producing weapon in the game. I'd actually have to look at that to be 100% on that. I mean, let's look at what a normal PPC is like. So it only generates 35. And the damage doesn't go up. The only thing that goes up with an extended range PPC is the range. That's where the ER comes in. That's what ER stands for, extended range. So you're not getting any extra damage for a lot of heat generation. So I would highly recommend not using an ER PPC unless you have a lot of heat sinks. And even with the double heat sinks, I mean, look at the heat efficiency on this. So it can sink 54 heat, and it can produce 69. And that's with double heat sinks. So, yeah. Definitely worth considering getting rid of that ER PPC. But it's still cool to have it. The Orion? Okay, so these are not loaded out. This was kind of a special case. So I'm very happy that it's loaded out because double heat sinks are pretty much impossible to get in this game unless you have some kind of a special event like this. And it comes with, what, 4 of them? Yeah, 4 of them. So that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Well, in any case, this is a good point to go ahead and put a cut in the video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner signing out.